good morning or good afternoon, whatever time this podcast is finding you at. This is my wake up podcast. You are not tired, you're just uninspired, and I am here to help you. I am the creator and founder of Life Minded and Free. I am focused on helping women who are unfulfilled live above mediocrity and create a life of their wildest dreams, because you can have financial and time freedom. You can have a good marriage. You can have a good relationship with your kids. You can have a good faith, a good health. And I'm here to show you how not only I did it, but how I was able to teach thousands of other women to do the same thing. So welcome to the show. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Pastor Stephen Furtick did a sermon last Sunday, which was around like October 17th. So not October 17th, September 26th.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, this is from the future. He just did it last week, and it was called something like the mentor you didn't know you had, or the mentor you didn't ask for. The mentor you didn't ask for, I think, is what it's called. So you can pull it up on Elevation's thing.
I desperately need to figure out the Linktree stuff, because I could have had my links on there and all that good stuff, and I don't know if I'm just unable to figure this out because of my brain, but I literally need to figure it out.
So where are you getting stuck? Because it's literally like so easy.
Yeah, no, what you're
sorry, but
no, I know what you're getting stuck at. It's
The links. I don't know how to make these links. Like it'll ask for like your links or something, like to put stuff on, and I'm like, well, what am I don't know how to do it.
No, it's not that you don't know how to do it. It's that you don't know what links you're putting on there. You haven't built out what you want on your link tree yet. So then you don't know what links to even put on there.
Yes, because I know I could put my bio link on there, but I don't know where, or like, I don't know. I feel really dumb.
Did you honestly go through the branding course and you feel like, yes, I went through it. I like wrote it all down. I completed it. Like I fully went through it.
No, I did go through, but I feel like I need to do the longer two videos again, because I feel like I was completely distracted.
Yeah. So I would definitely do that. What's so cool is that with the branding course, you have lifetime access. So you can watch it as many times. And I can actually see in my reports who has completed it. And I didn't like look at people's names. Like, I don't know, but it'll tell me like who's actually completed it. And it'll tell me how many times they've logged in and started watching videos. So like, that's super interesting. Some people have logged in like 18, 19 times, and other people have logged in once. And so I can just kind of see that. So not like I care or I'm like checking in because I don't, but I noticed that a lot of people haven't even finished it, and a lot of people have only logged in once. So especially if you invested in this course, and this is why it's for sale and why it's not just a free course. If I offered this as a free course, nobody would finish it, because I did offer it as a free course for my team, and there was like 3 people who did finish it. So like I offered it to thousands of people, and there was 3 that finished it. So I love that it's an investment, because if you pay for something, you're going to pay attention to it. You're not going to let the investment go away. That's exactly what happened when I had a business coach. And it's exactly what I have happen now, where I pay someone $1,000 a month to, I have all this support and access to them to ask them questions as I'm building my business and doing things. But then every quarter they get on a 1-hour Zoom with me and tell me my next 90-day plan with my business. And that's all I get. And I pay $1,000 a month. That's a $12,000 investment per year to have this support and have this person here. But do you know why I do it? Because I'm not going to let $1,000 go to waste. Because if I know that if I do it, if I actually do what they're teaching me, and I put my business first, and I, yes, have boundaries, and I'm not saying become a workaholic, because I'm totally against that. I do not work very often. I work like 2 days a week right now. And I feel like I can get everything done that I need to. And it's more important for me to be present and spending time with my family, and not only just spending time with them, like playing games and going out to eat, but like doing things with them. Like yesterday, I was teaching my kids how to get rid of energy leaks. And we were talking about them, and we were in Sophia's room and I was showing her, and then I gave her all these little baskets, and she organized one of her drawers with like all her like hair ties and scrunchies and brushes. And she's like, Mommy, come look how cool this looks. She's like, this feels so good. I love this. And I'm like, right, you're going to be like so excited to wake up in the morning. You're going to be so excited to do your hair. Like, this is how I feel when I do things. So we forget that our kids and our family, whether they're grown and they're out of the house, or they're in the house, or you don't have kids and you have nieces and nephews or cousins or friends or coworkers, people that have been placed in our lives to impact and to make their life better, just because they're not buying something from us or subscribing to us or reaching out to us and asking us for help or thanking us for help, you're still impacting their life. You still are. So we were placed in people's lives for a reason, to impact them and to be there and to love on them and to just help them through life. And so I am very passionate and focused on that now, since I quit full-time network marketing. That's important to me, is making dinners every night, is driving my daughter to school, is spending time with Skylar during the middle of the day. And before, I didn't do any of those things. Not saying that if you don't do those things, you're a terrible mother and oh my gosh, and because you're not. Every single person is different. And so I always preach to just do what's right for you. Do what's right in your soul. I posted something the other day on Instagram about that too. Like, the best business tip I can give is to do what's right for you and figure out who you are. Spend time by yourself with God. Spend time with no distractions, not just drowning yourself in work, drowning yourself in chores, drowning yourself in stress of being an adult. Get away for a weekend. You don't need to spend a bunch of money. Go find someone who has a tent, go tent camping for a weekend. Like, it's not even that expensive. You can find ways, or just have a staycation where we're home, the Wi-Fi is off, our phones are off, the TVs are off, the radio is off. Like, I am home and I am not cleaning or doing chores. I am journaling, I am reading, I am spending time by myself, gardening, going for walks, going for swims. All of those things clear your mind. And the more people that I start following and looking into and learning about, these people who really have this down pat of, like, my business coach is like this. And she just kind of posted it about this. She said let me find her because I really want to read you the quote of what it was. It was basically like, the less I do, the more I make. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but yeah, I don't know. I will find it and send it to you guys. But it's like, the less I do, the more I make, the more space I create for myself for fun, the more abundance that comes to me. The less I do, the more abundance I get, because you're not trying so hard and you're just letting it happen. And then it just falls into place, and you feel way better about it the whole entire time, because you're not stressing out because you're in charge of this outcome. You're in charge of what happens. You're actually not, when you're like, okay, I don't care. Giving the worry to God. I don't care. I'm going to let happen whatever needs to happen. And I'm just going to follow God, and I'm going to journal, and I'm going to spend time with my own thoughts, and I'm going to figure this out. That's what's so great. So let me go back to the branding course of, if you're in there and you have done it and you've purchased it or you've gotten it or whatever, and it's been a while, or your brand has changed at all from what you originally wanted to do, you need to go back and you need to redo the branding course. And so remember, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to do that. Just like working out. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to start working out, or I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm going to start doing this. So go back through the branding course, because if anything changed, it's going to change. and you're going to hear the information differently. And especially those last two videos that really tie it all together. You might not have to go through the first, second, third one, but the last two, you absolutely are going to want to go back and listen to, because it talks to you about, okay, now what can you do to take this to the next level? Linktree, what kind of links you should put in there, how to do the things in the links, how to, it's all broken down in there. And then that's really when private coaching with me comes into play, because then I can help people with specific things like, okay, here's my account. Like I could look at your account, Tracy, and say, okay, wow, it really looks like you've gotten a lot of people come to you super fast. You blew up before you were ready, which is what happens to literally almost every single person. They're like, oh my gosh, but you were so far ahead of the game. And I wish April was on here so bad, because we talk about this all the time. So April, if you're listening to the recording, we always talk about this, that she can see people on Instagram that blow up overnight and they're like all of a sudden viral, like getting all of these followers. They have like 1 million followers now and they have all this stuff, but they accidentally went viral. And now they're like, oh my gosh, I need to keep this and I need to build a brand and like figure this out and figure out who I'm talking to and like how I'm going to make money off of this, or I'm going to blow my chance. And so luckily you've learned all of this stuff. You've gone through some of it. You were implementing your brand. It wasn't like you were just throwing random posts up there. Your brand is being a special needs supporter, since you have a son with special needs and you're posting stuff about him and sensory issues. And then you're also posting things about, you know, being a mom and being a wife and how that is. And you're validating and helping women, moms that have special needs kids. So it's so cool to see you already figured that out and you went loud and strong and proud. And now you attracted people. So you're like 10 steps ahead of someone who regularly would do this. But now all you need is like, okay, how can I capitalize on making money? My questions to you when you said, oh, I've had people go to my site. So that's good. That means that you're putting a call to action, or your link to your website is very clear. There's a clear connection. People know how to do that. Maybe it could be clearer. Maybe you're not getting that many. Maybe, you know, you do have 7 million videos on your video. So to have 8 people create customer accounts, you know, how many more could we get? So maybe it's not as clear as it could be. So you see, you're already doing the hard work. You're already posting the content. You're already attracting people to you. But how can we now work smarter instead of harder? So like, let's just get our numbers super good so that we don't actually have to do more, but we attract more people. We're still fishing. We're still throwing a net out, but now the net and the bait is specific for exactly what we're looking to catch. So we're going to catch fish faster today because we have a guide with us who told us what bait to use and told us this. And I always use branding as like a fishing analogy. I am not a fisherman, a fisherwoman. I am not at all. Fun fact about me, I'm like terrified of worms. So it rained here in Michigan the last like 4 days. And the one night John and I were going to go out in the garage and work on the side by side. And he like looked out the window. He's like, never mind. I'm like, why? He's like, you don't want to look out there. I was like, will you just carry me? I'm like, I really want to go out there. Like, I can't, I literally would rather walk to my garage with snakes outside than with worms. I don't know why. It's so stupid. So dumb. I know. I don't get it. I would rather be with spiders. Spiders are not even that bad compared to worms. I see, Erin, how you feel about spiders is how I feel about worms. I just can't. Okay. So I never fished because I also think it's so sad that you put that hook in their mouth. And I just can't believe you pull them out and then they like can't breathe. I think that fishing is so sad. But I always use this analogy of being a fisherman when I talk about branding because it's just so relatable. It's so true. Like you're not going to catch something that you're not attracting. You're just not going to do it. And so, or you're not going to be able to do it more than once and then up your number and then measure it. Like you might randomly catch something, but then you're like, oh my gosh, how did I just catch this? Like, this is totally just God or like something, this is so crazy. And you can't really duplicate that either. You can't teach someone else how to do that. Oh, Tracy can't do frogs. I like frogs and toads. It's so stupid how people are like so different. Like how weird, like how your brain just takes over and your brain's like, nope, nope. I'm actually working out my fear of worms because I'm like, this is stupid and we're not going to be afraid of this. We're going to push ourselves out of this fear. So stay tuned for more. But it's really cool when I can look at someone's numbers and say, okay, how can we make this clearer so that more people want to go to your site? But then also, why are 8 people making accounts and not ordering? Let's figure out what step they're falling out of the funnel, what step we're losing them, and then a way to capture their information faster. And that's why it's so good to have your first step, a guide or a book or a how-to or a video or a training or something that you're giving a piece of value for free. A low touch point to where you're not constantly having to physically touch someone and deliver this. So you wouldn't want to do like a free coaching call or a free phone call. Because you're going to talk to 1 million people? Like you're going to sit there and call. You want something that you can create once and then give out for free forever after. So that's why it's so important to create that, which is something that I can help you do. Because then your call to action can be, get my free blah, blah, blah on my link. Click on this for my free whatever. Click on this. Maybe you do a giveaway for a bottle of hemp and you create an application where you say, if you want a chance to win a 1-month supply of this, click on the link in my bio and fill out your info. And the link in the bio has like, first name, last name, email, phone, so that you can contact them. And then you can say like, what do you want this hemp? Maybe you can say like the most compelling story will win. And then you can say, why do you want this? And you can put stuff in there. So and this is why you kind of just need someone who's creative. So if you're not creative, you absolutely need a coach for sure, because this is where this could really come in, because sometimes it's like, we have the hard work. We're going to show up. We have the work ethic. We just can't think of the things. Like if I could just think of that, yeah, that'd be awesome. I can't think of it. So this is where a coach comes in, because they can help you do that. But basically, because now if you come up with some sort of form, people are going to be subscribing to you and you're going to capture their information. So now you can send them an email nurture. You can send them an email once a week or once a month, or when you start a podcast, you tell them about it, or you publish a book, you tell them about it. You're building this email list because as a business owner, as you release things, as you do things, as you have ideas, you can send this to them. So you're constantly staying in contact with your audience, even though you're not staying in contact with your audience. So you're building this master email list and people are coming there, but then you're also asking them questions to share compelling, heartfelt stories about why I should pick you. And now you can use that to turn into content. So you can talk about like, maybe you can put before like, if you weren't struggling with like, what issues are you experiencing that you want this CBD oil to help you with? And then maybe you could put something on there like, if this product were to take these issues away, how do you see your life being changed? And then when they write that, like you could take that and you could do like hopeful Sundays or something. And on Sundays, you could post like a carousel, which I talked to April recently about how the algorithm is loving carousels. So you're posting more than one picture. And so people are swiping, and the more they swipe through, the better it is for the algorithm. So like a lot, you should do like 10 pictures. I started to see like my coach started doing that too, but carousel is so good for that. But then you could do like hopeful Sundays or whatever you want. And then you could put their answers, you can put them in Canva, make a pretty graphic, which I could show you how to do all of that. Super simple on Canva. Even my branding course, in one of the videos, I screen share and show Canva and show what I do and how I use it. And you can put their answers and you can say like, the hope of hemp, like how amazing this is. And if people's issues were gone, the lives they could live. And then you could put that on there. And that's so inspirational to like see people dream like that and to think like this could be me. I could be having a better life. And you can put that in the carousel, and then you can do a call to action. If you want to win a free bottle, click here to fill out my application. So it's constantly just like circling each other. And what you're doing is you're grabbing people's information. Now, if you can do, you have their information if they created customer accounts. So I would contact them through email and through text to see if you can get them to respond. And I would just say, hey, it's Tracy. I noticed you created a customer account. You know, the one you already talked to, obviously don't message her. People you haven't yet. Say, I noticed you created a customer account, but you didn't check out. I wanted to offer you a free blah, blah, blah for, you know, purchasing, or if you purchase by the end of the week, or you could even ask them, like, I noticed you created a customer account, but you haven't checked out yet. I'm trying to, you know, figure out my system, or I'm trying to make sure that everything works properly. Did you come into any kind of trouble, or was it confusing? Or, you know, you can just kind of ask them what their feedback is and see what they say. Because the best way to create a business and to create things is to have a need that your people need, and then you meet it. So think about all of these people you're attracting to you, and you're attracting them, and they're probably moms. They're probably moms of special needs kids, or have special needs kids in their lives. Maybe it's a grandma, maybe it's an aunt. And what do they need to hear? What do they want to hear? What do they need to know? And then if you can create that, where you're like, this is my audience, what do I need to create to help them? And we've talked about this before too, and in the branding videos, I talk about this. What stage is your person at right now? Did they just get the diagnosis that their son has a special need? Did they just hear that? Are they in the process of getting a diagnosis? Are they a year in? Are they 2 years in? Are they at a point where they've like figured out what works and they feel great? Are they still in research mode where you're like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to figure this out? Is this my life forever? It's going to be this hard. Like relating to that person in the stage wherever they are, whether it's fitness, it's abuse, trauma, death, all these things that we're coaching and giving value on. At what stage is your online avatar customer? At what stage are they in? And then how can you speak to that person more directly and be able to help them? Because it's really great when the people come, when the audience comes knocking on your door and it's like, oh, we're here. It's exciting, because what happens when you're sleeping? This just happened to me. It just happened to me today, actually. But you're sleeping and someone comes and knocks on your door. Like, has that ever happened to you guys, where maybe you're sick, you're like taking a nap on the couch, or you're just like sleeping and someone comes super early, or maybe it's the Amazon guy, maybe it's the, you know, Girl Scout selling cookies, whoever it is, but someone comes and knocks on your door and you jump up super fast and run to the door and like act like you weren't sleeping, like you can like fake it. And so what does it do is someone knocks on your door, it gets you out of bed real fast. So it gets you into action, it gets you working. Like, get up and do all the crap that you said and you knew that you needed to do for the last 2 months, and you've been totally putting it off and procrastinating. Here's your notification to get up because your customer's at the door. So that's why I love that, is because it's like, ooh, okay, all right, I need a little fire. I need a little like push to get this started. And I'm totally like that. I definitely am the person that like finishes it like in the 11th hour, like right at the end. Like, I've always been like that. If the paper is due on Monday, I am submitting it like Monday morning or like Tuesday, and then like praying they accept it late. It's usually what I would do. And that's fine that we're like that. So sometimes it's good when the customers come, but other times if they're not coming, if your customers are coming, you know what you need to do. You need to either invest in my branding course, which can be found at mentoringthemasses.com. If you already have a subscription to it, you need to rewatch it. get yourself in that mode and start catching up as fast as you can. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You have to put the time in your schedule, like working out or eating healthy. Okay, I'm going to start eating healthy. Okay, how? What am I going to eat? Do I have the meals at my house? I'm going to start working out. Okay, how am I going to do that? What time am I going to work out? What am I going to do when I work out? What am I going to wear when I work out? You have to have it all set up so that you are prepared. You have it so that you're proactive instead of just reactive. If you say, oh, I'm just going to work my business when I'm free, well, guess what? You're literally never going to be free because you're always going to be doing something else, or you're going to feel like doing something different. So you have to set that time up and start doing your things, because every day you don't, you're missing out on customers. And how easy would it be if you could set up this automation in this funnel to where now you're getting all of these customers to you and they're ordering, and now you're making a commission off of this. And so now you're making money doing the same thing you're doing. Imagine doing all the work you just did for those reels and doing all of that. And imagine just making $2,000 in commissions selling these products, and you get that. You just got that Tuesday, today, yesterday you got a notification and it's like you just made $2,000. I mean, you'd be like, oh hell yeah, like, oh my gosh, like I just made $2,000 from last week of customers. Like I don't even really feel like I did anything. This is crazy. This is how it happens. That's exactly how it happens. The only reason why it didn't happen is because you don't have these little things finished. So once you finish these, it's going to like blow up. So every day that you don't do it, you're missing out on customers. So use that kind of pressure and reach out to me, Tracy, and anyone who goes through this. And if you need a coach and you don't have one, reach out to that person that you want to help you, because that's really going to help you pick this up. You're going to make a ton of money real quick. Now, if you're on the other side of that and you don't know where your customers are, and maybe you figured out your brand and you've been consistent and you're posting and you're posting and you're posting and you're like, why isn't it coming? Maybe that's you. Maybe you haven't figured out your brand yet, but you're still posting, you're still trying to learn, you're still showing up, and you're just waiting for your customers. What you can do while you're just waiting for your customers is to think right now, well, first of all, what result do I want? How much money do I want to make? How much money do I want to receive? Or what is the result that I want to receive? So if you want to tie it to money, you can say, okay, I need like $5,000 a month is what I need to be making. $5,000 a month. Okay, what do you need to do in order to make $5,000 a month? If you are not currently selling anything, you need to start selling something. So that's kind of something you need to start brainstorming and thinking about. Because if you had 10 customers that showed up and was like, oh my gosh, I love you. Yes. What do you sell? I want to buy it. And you're like, oh, I don't know yet because I'm still trying to figure that out. Well, it's really going to be a hard place for you. So you need to spend the time with yourself figuring it out. What is it that you want to sell? Or spend time with a coach challenging you and getting you to think about what it is that you want to sell. Do you want to write a book? Is there a product? That's why I love network marketing, and I'll always be attached to network marketing. And I'm even now, like I've been talking to this other people with other companies and stuff and their stuff. And I just think that it's so cool, because the more things that you can offer that it's within your brand, the better. You know, why would you be sending a link to someone else's stuff and you're getting cut out of the equation completely? Like, why would you do that? You know, you want to be able to. So if you're using a product that's helping your son with special needs, why would you just not make any money off of that and just give away referrals? Let's partner with a company that we can actually make money for promoting that we're telling their people to go buy. You know, why not? It's not our company, but they would love that. They would love to get the sales. They would love to have a partnership. So that way you're selling something. Network marketing is great because you don't really have to put a lot of time or effort into creating it and doing it. You really just have it all done. You need to figure out what products you like, put them on your Linktree. Like, that's so much easier than like, let's write a book. Like, okay, that's a lot of work. Or let's start a blog, or I'm going to build a website, or I'm going to start a coaching program. Those things are great and you can do them, but they're a lot harder to do and get started than it is to just join a network marketing company and put up links. Now, you can't just throw them up there and say, okay, it's going to work, because it might not. And you have to have the audience But if you don't have the audience yet, you need to be asking yourself that. How am I going to receive the money? How are they going to pay? And sometimes you need the customer, your audience, to show up and knock on your door to get you to have the clarity to be able to figure out what to work on next. So by throwing it up there, like I just recently started, I am in a 30-day posting challenge, which I highly recommend getting in one, because yesterday I would not have posted if I wasn't in that challenge. Actually, the last couple of days I wouldn't have posted if I wasn't in that challenge. I posted at 11:30 at night, which is like the worst time to post. Do not care. I had to post, and posting is better than not posting at all. And it's fine. I'm sure someone will see it. And I highly recommend that. But sometimes you just have to throw your posts up there and just start posting and offer what you're doing. Last week, I'm in a 30-day posting challenge, and I was offering what I had in a few different posts. I was saying, if you're stuck in your business, I can help you. If you're stuck in life, I can help you. Schedule a free 30-minute discovery call with me, and I will tell you how I can help you and show you value in your life. So what happened? I got a person who messaged me last night, a woman who owns a lash business, not a lash business, eyebrow tattooing, microblading business. And she was talking about how she needs help in her business. And she messaged me and said, I need help. Here's where I'm at. Here's my mindset. I'm hoping you can help me. This is something I should book a 30-minute call for and see how you can help me, right? Do you help people like me? Can I hire you? And I'm like, sure. I don't know how, and I don't know what I'm going to charge you. And I don't know what I'm going to do when we get on the call. But you know what? It's okay, because you don't have to know. But now I realize, I'm like, oh shoot, I need to figure this out, because she wants to hire me. Here we go. I got my first, like, I'm like, oh crap. Okay. Like, what do I, you have to kind of jump in there. Now I'm kind of exaggerating. I know a little bit about what I would say. I'm totally equipped to help her. I know I can, but I just don't have it completely figured out yet. So that's okay. Take things bits by bits as you do them, and you'll really be able to get a lot done, whether the audience is there or it's not. So Tracy, you and I need to do a call like real soon, so that we can kind of put some of these things together and figure out how to go through it all. So get on my schedule, message me. I'll send you the link to my schedule so we can book something. Even if we just get on the phone, if it's easier for you just to talk on the phone instead of on Zoom, let's just do that. But just to give you kind of a few ideas of what to do. And because you literally could be making thousands of dollars right now, the hardest thing to do is to attract people to your account and go viral. So you need to make sure that your content is so dang specific. Like, this is what you need to really be prioritizing your time with right now, because you have the highlight, because you have the spotlight on you, is being like, okay, I need to be really consistent at posting, which is something you already did. So now I know, because you're in the challenge, that you're only going to bring more people to you. So start getting super clear about what you say and vulnerable, and also pray for the same time for your skin to be thick, so that you're not like, overwhelmed by negative comments or anything like that, because that's something that can totally happen. And I know it kind of already started, and was something before that we talked about, because that always sucks too, is that when the customers come and the fame comes and the excitement comes, you always have those miserable negative people that are there just to be skeptics and beat you down and to be like awful. So even on my sermon I listened to last night and today, he was talking about people that make negative comments in the chat, like say things like about like his wife and her makeup, and like all these people. Like the one girl was saying how, oh, like, let me ask you what your skin routine is. Your face is glowing. Your skin looks so great. You look so young. And like 3 comments down, someone was like, oh, I think you've been exposed to too much sunlight throughout your years. Your skin looks so old and leathery. Another person was like, you'd look better without eyeliner. The other person was like, I love your makeup. So he was talking about that. Like when you're online, like you are just access to everyone. Don't let even their comments go into your head. Delete them. Stop the comments if you have to, and just move on, because all you're doing is looking for the people you are helping. All you're doing is talking to the people that you want to talk to. Everyone else can go away. Like go away. Just like if you're talking about like, you know, like anti-vax or pro-vax or Republican versus Democrat, as you're speaking your opinion, you're like, everyone else who doesn't believe this, you can just go away. Like, I don't really care. You can just go. I'm not talking to you. So turn around. That's kind of how you have to feel, is like, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to the person who wants to cut me down and talk about Liam or talk about me. I'm talking to the mom that's like, oh, thank God I found this girl's account, because yes, this is so true. This is so relatable. This is so true. I love following her. That's who you're looking to talk to. Thanks so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed my wake up call today. There's a few things that I want to mention before I let you go. One is, if you haven't watched my #1 secret to 6 figures in network marketing, head on over to my Instagram, which is @life.minded, and click on the link in my bio. You can find that video there. It is phenomenal. Some of my favorite books, some of the biggest things that have changed my life in that industry. Another thing I wanted to mention is, if you feel like I could add value to your life, go ahead and click on that link and book on my calendar a 30-minute discovery call. This is completely free, and you'll get to know me a little bit better. You can ask me any questions you have, and I can tell you what it would be like working with me one-on-one in a coaching program, or a little bit more about my branding course. My branding course can be found at mentoringthemasses.com. And that is a lifetime guarantee. You get lifetime access. And if at any point you are dissatisfied, you get 100% return on your investment. That's pretty great. And then don't forget to like and follow me over on Instagram and YouTube. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel and set it to have all of the alerts, you will get a notification on your phone every single time I post a new video. Thank you so much. Remember, I believe in you. I love you. Thank you for following me. God bless you.